But first, I am not going to let you fine folks wait for this one. It's Stuttering John. Stuttering John was pulled over back in, I believe it was, the previous October of 2024. He got pulled over in his little neighborhood there in Florida. And it's pure John. It's great. We'll get to it in a minute or 5. But I must preface this. I do not normally do Dabbleverse content. I talk about things when they come up. Opie, obviously. I haven't talked about him in a few days, but, whatever. He'll mouth off. I'll mouth off. It's the way it goes with the Opie and Anthony relationship over the course of the years. John, everyone else in the Dabbleverse, I don't really talk about. Brennan, the only thing I have to say about him is I'm out of the Kevin Brennan business. He's an asshole. He's a fucking piece of shit. Actually tried to get me in trouble with my new employer, WABC Radio and Company. And he's just a piece of shit. An envious, bitter, old piece of shit. So I really don't have anything to add to that. And the rest of them are just inconsequential. They're just inconsequential. Who's this guy? Oh, he's got a little, they're on the periphery. But the Dabbleverse itself, of course, focused on Stuttering John for the most part. And his just unbelievable stupidity and narcissism and envy and just being trapped in the past. And it's very entertaining. And, of course, Carl and the fine folks over at Who Are These Podcasts do a great job dissecting John. Shuli and Mike and Anthony over at Uncle Rico and Auntie Karen, they do an amazing job. I was I'm texting Shuli. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm laying in bed, and I was shaking the bed. I was laughing so hard. I had to pause it to stop laughing, because the girlie's gonna wake up and get mad that it's 2:30 in the morning and she thinks I'm beating off or something. Just so funny. Seeing the video of John getting pulled over, but I have to comment on it. I have to play the video. Let's start it. John getting pulled over. I believe it was his registration had expired 6 months ago in another state. And he moved to Florida, and this cop is like, your Reggie's 6 months expired. So let's take it from the point of view of the cop pulling over John. There's the Mercedes.
Hi there, Officer Care with Cape Coral Police. We just pulled over your tag expired 6 months ago.
Yeah, I just moved here from California. I got to go to the DMV. I just got my Florida driver's license.
Okay, so 6 months ago. Any reason why we didn't renew it?
Oh, I just got here. I was in California. I drove from...
Sir, so listen to me.
Yeah.
Back in April, when you were in California,
yeah,
why didn't you renew your registration?
I wasn't asked to yet. I didn't get a thing in the mail yet.
You don't have to.
All right, but usually I guess...
License and registration.
Could you pause that, please? No one told me. No one told me. And it's he tried to make it sound... See, this is John. He just has to make excuses. He can never accept responsibility for anything, even a traffic stop. Your Reggie is 6 months expired. I just moved here. Yeah. Well, what happened the 6 months before you moved here? You were driving around unregistered for 6 months in California. No one told me. No one told you. It's called being an adult, John. Being an adult. Grown up. This guy's 60 years old, and he doesn't understand that you have to register your car, that when you move into another state, you have a certain amount of time where you have to transfer your registration, your car registration into the new state you're living in. You don't just drive around with your old state's license plates on. There's a law against that after a set amount of time, especially if they're expired anyway. Like you don't do that, but he just has to keep yammering to this cop, and thank God the cop is a no nonsense. This cop would be classified as a prick. This is a no nonsense guy. He's not here for a conversation. He's just doling out tickets.
See your California registration.
I'm trying to see if I can add something. Is that it?
No, it's a 2014 Toyota.
Oh,
Pause. Here's a scrap of paper. No, it's a 2014 Toyota. Here's some of my writing I did on The Tonight Show. Here's some of my jokes that made it to the monologue. Yeah, registration, please. Registration, please. His hair is a wreck. Like he goes out like that. I understand you're going to be home all day. Maybe you're getting a Uber Eats or a DoorDash delivery. You're not going to brush your hair or anything. But he left the house. I would assume if you leave the house, you're going to want to maybe run a brush through your hair, something like that. He's a fucking disaster when he goes out. So he's eagerly looking for this car registration that he doesn't have. Again, adulthood, John. But they mail you the insurance cards, and it's like, here's your new one. You've been renewed. And that day, that minute, I take it, I go out to the truck, I open the glove, and I take the old one out and put the new one in. And my glove compartment isn't full of shit like my last vehicle's registration and whatever other cum rags and baubles he has falling out of his glove compartment. Now, I will say, in my 20s, of course, the whole car was a mess. Insurance, I don't know. Did I even pay it? I get it. In your 20s, John is a 60-year-old man pawing through his glove compartment for the car's documentation, and he can't find it. The cop should have wrote him up for not having a registration, not the same as unregistered, which, by the way, he's technically unregistered here. But, you know, it's called being a grown-up, John.
could be in my trunk. Okay, go in my trunk.
Pause.
You're not gonna get
So he tells him, it might be in the trunk. Can I go in the trunk? Why on earth would your f***ing registration be in your trunk? It's back there with Pocky's body. Why would your Reggie be in your trunk?
Could be in my trunk. Okay, go in my trunk.
No, you're not gonna get out of the car.
Okay. Could be in my trunk.
All right, John, I'll be back.
All right, John. Now John's like trying to think, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? And he comes back to Stut Joe's car.
All right, sir. Who's that back?
All right, pause. Pause. This is hilarious. Now he's on the phone, which again, I got to tell you, cops hate when people get on the phone during a traffic stop. First of all, no reason to get on the phone. The cop will see this as being disrespectful. Your attention should be on this traffic stop. It should be important to you what's going on. The cop is coming back to the window now after determining what he's going to do with you. That should be of paramount import to you. And John's on the phone. And of course, here's what John did. John looked up a cop John looked up a cop that lives in that area. He probably met some cop at a bar when he told him he was Stuttering John. And the cop was like, hey, here's my number. You ever need a cop, here, thanks. And then John thinks, by the way, after the cop's already been to the car and comes back, there's nothing you're doing. There's nothing you could do. Watch this.
The car.
All right. So,
do you know him?
all right. So this here is a citation for having an expired tag. For in a couple days, it's gonna be more than 6 months.
Pause.
Okay.
He goes, yeah, it's the cop didn't even ask him. Hey, who you on the phone with? Hey, what are you doing on the phone? He just goes, just a cop on the phone. A cop from up here, from here. So it's a cop from the area on the phone. And then, do you know him? Do you know what? The nameless, faceless cop on the phone? Do I know him? Like, again, John playing it out in his head. Do you know him? Know who? Officer Flanagan from Florida Police Force. Like, and my favorite part of this is the cop doesn't. John might as well have not said a word. The cop's like, do you know him? And the cop's, so here's the violation of, he doesn't give a fuck. So there's John's attempt to weasel his way out of this ticket. This sure is a bad way to handle a traffic stop. John is trying to match wits with the cop, and John can't match wits with any of the vegetation you see out his passenger window there. A blade of grass, a dandelion, a weed. John would lose an argument, debate, or the matching of wits to any non-human.
Okay. Why that's significant is it becomes you get pulled over twice, and it could actually become criminal. All right. So back when you got pulled over in April, you should have been told that your tag expired back then.
Oh, I got pulled over in April?
Yep. You got a ticket.
For what? I don't remember.
Do I need to put you in for a driver's re-exam?
No, no.
Pause again. So, I can't. So remember, this is October. So the cop is informing John because he sees it on his computer and everything. It's not, the cop's opinion that John was pulled over for speeding in April. This is just 6 months earlier. And the cop informs him, like, well, you should have been told that your registration was expired when you got pulled over in April. Now, John's tack here, his next brilliant scheme is to tell the cop he doesn't remember being pulled over. What is he thinking? How does that help his cause? Maybe he thinks the cop is sympathetic to retarded people. I remember every time I've been pulled over. I shit you not. But the cop is suggesting, do I have to put you through a driver review? Because if you don't remember getting pulled over 6 months ago, maybe there's something wrong with you and you're not physically or mentally qualified to drive a motor vehicle in our state. So everything John tries just gets him into not worse trouble, but it makes matters worse, especially with the cop. Check it out.
Oh, I got pulled over in April?
Yep. You got a ticket.
For what? I don't remember.
Do I need to put you in for a driver's re-exam?
No, I just...
You don't remember? That's only 6 months ago, sir.
Yeah, I know. Well, I just moved here.
Well, I understand that. So
Yeah.
you should remember that you just moved here.
Okay.
However, back in April, you got pulled over for doing 66 miles an hour and opposed to 50 over here on Burnt Store.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So this here is a non-moving violation, okay?
Yeah.
So there's no points associated with this. So you need to go to the DMV now and make an appointment and get that registration transferred over to the state of Florida.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just take this to the DMV or no?
Could
No,
you
that's not-
pause
that's
and back it up to where the cop starts talking again about the tickets that he's going to show John? Like, cops will instruct you, like, okay, here's what you need to do. Take this down to motor vehicle, get your Reggie up to date, do this, do that. Like cops will do that. And you just nod. This is your job at this portion of the traffic stop. Your job is to nod and an occasional like, yep. All right, cool. Okay, will do. Thank you. Be safe out there, officer. Another goal you have when you get pulled over is to make this as quick as possible. From the time that cop comes to your window to the time he walks away and you drive away, your goal, it's a balancing act, is to make that as short as possible, but not try to make it as short as possible to the detriment of other things, like the respect of the cop. You're not just going, get the out of here, I'm leaving. No. But you're not adding anything extra in there. That's a terrible thing to do. You got the ticket. He's handing it to you. Take it and leave. Any protracted discussion can only do harm to you. There's no good coming out of it. If anyone needs to exercise his right to remain silent, it's Stuttering John Melendez. You have the right to remain retarded. It's impossible for you to give up this right. Roll them.
Okay. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So this here is a non-moving violation, okay?
Yeah.
So there's no points associated with this. So you need to go to the DMV now and make an appointment and get that registration transferred over to the state of Florida.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just take this to the DMV or no?
No, that's not good. That's a ticket.
Oh.
However, you need to bring your car down to the DMV so you get the registration transferred to the state of Florida.
Okay.
Before it becomes 6 months old.
And how much is the ticket for?
So that one there's three ways you can take care of that. Option 1 was pay the fine of $113. Option number 3 allows you to show that you fixed your registration by getting it registered in Florida within the 30 days and bring it to the DMV, and then you pay a court cost is all. Or option number 5 is elect a court hearing. The court cost is like $10.
Oh, okay. So I just got to get everything done within 30 days, then take this, and then I just have to pay.
Well, you got to get your registration done way before then.
Yes. So I got to go there and get the registration, and then take it, and then it'll be reduced to $10.
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Drive safe.
Pause.
Make sure we do this.
He's a fucking idiot. So I take this to motor vehicle. No, that's the ticket, you dumb. What an idiot. The cop is explaining it to you. Again, yes, sir. Got it. Cool. Take it easy. Be safe out there. But no, so I take this. No, that's the ticket. You got to get your Reggie. So within 30 days, I do. No, you got to take care of that before 30 days. Yeah. Then how much? The cop isn't the ice cream man. In many cases, I was surprised this cop did know what the fine was, but cops don't know fines or fees, and you don't ask them that. You just go, all right, what does it matter to John right there how much that ticket is? And then he goes through the rules. He's got to be corrected. He sounds like a blithering idiot while he's doing it. And then this is it. Like you think, right? You think the cop's walking away. He said, have a good day. John got his dumb questions out. This is what you're waiting for. This is the moment of the traffic stop that every driver waits for. Him going back to his car and you pulling away like you're on your first driver's test, by the way. And what does John do? Let's watch.
Speed limit. Speed limit is 40 miles an hour, not 55 that you were doing.
I thought it was 45 or 40.
This here is 40.
Oh, okay.
So because you're new, well, not new because you've been here for at least 6 months that I know of.
No.
So, all right, let me talk.
I just moved to July.
Well, you got a ticket in August or in April.
I know, that's why I didn't remember.
So,
not everyone.
Listen to me, Tom. Okay? The roads are 45 miles an hour.
Okay.
This road and that road right over there are 40 miles an hour.
Okay.
There are signs all over that say 40 miles an hour.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
45 is 45, not 55 either.
Okay.
Stop signs mean stop signs. Not California rolls right on through them like you did up in Diplomat. I've been behind you this entire time for 2 miles now.
Yes, I know.
All right, slow down.
I know. Yes, I know. Then why did you roll through stop signs and speed? Yes, I know. I've been following you only backwards. I was following you from the front. That was a prime example, folks, of what not to do, how not to interact with the police officer. Not in the same way that Brennan's traffic stop went. You know, that was also a very poor way to handle a traffic stop. It seems like these key players in the Dabbleverse really aren't that good when it comes to traffic stops and just obeying authority and paying attention to the rules and realizing when you up, accepting it and taking the consequence of your up. But John, like with Kevin, it was just pure obnoxious rage. He's a bitter, angry old man. And with Kevin, with John, it was just pure stupidity. I believe, much like old people in retirement homes, John just wanted someone to talk to that day. Like, John doesn't have friends. He didn't have people to talk with. Okay, hold on. Of course. Yeah. Shuli wants me to get on tonight and go through the Stuttering John traffic thing. I might have to do that. I might just have to do that. Again, you know, I'll reiterate some things, maybe some new things, and then cracking up. I can't imagine how Uncle Rico will handle that traffic stop. Great. Yes, Julie, I will do.